Next up is Lights. Lights is also kind of like a paranormal type song because the original name for this was meant to be ambient light. And when you think about hauntings and paranormal activity, you always think about those shows where they see the lights floating in the air and stuff in the ambience and all that stuff. So it's kind of like a follow-up to Ghosts. And the reason for that is Lights is entirely a song about still seeing and believing in the remnants of a love that seems to be gone. You seem to have ghosted, but eventually the person either comes back or you still feel something for each other. So there's still that burning sensation there for that love for that person. So ambient light is meant to be, and always was, a song about believing in what's not there. It's about believing in ghosts. It's about believing in the love that you still have for a ghost and being patient enough to want to wait for the ghost to return to you in a physical form. This is super... Why is this so paranormal? I don't know, but it turned out that way. When it comes to Lights, this was meant to be ambient light, so I obviously wanted this song to sound the most ambient, the most open. And so I found this really cool synth in Absinthe 5 called Blue System. And I just played this really nice chord progression, and that was the foundation of what this song was meant to be. So it's very like legato, ambient, wide open drums. So this was that was the original idea for how Lights got started. And then when it got more into the actual chorus and more drums, this is where we bring in a little bit more of the toms. So this part right here. This part, this is one of my favorite instruments in the whole song. This little glitchy, found this by mistake. I didn't plan on putting this in the song, but it kind of it gave the song a totally different feel because you got this wide open ambient, angelic and all this stuff, and then you throw a wrench in the plans, kind of like what the song is about. You know, I'm falling in love with this person, and now they're running away from me. Why are you running away? So this is kind of like the wrench in the plans. And I want to solo this to show you like just how weird it sounds. Simple. I don't know. It's just very, very simple production here. And then, of course, in the later chorus, we get to the higher synth, which is kind of like the driving factor of the melody. Whatever you need. So I played that instrument first, and then that's when I came up with the melody for it. Think of like when people say the light at the end of a tunnel. It's like you're in this dark tube, right? And you're just running until you get to the light at the end of the tunnel. The light, you can see it from a distance. It's ambient. It lights the path for you to know where you're going to go. And as soon as you get there, you see this beautiful whatever end that you reach. You finally got back to where you belong. On the other side, I will be there, which is the bridge. And then the whole idea of, you know, I'm speaking like a very celestial type with the lyrics. There you are, right exactly where I lost you, my northern star. So she's my ambient light in the air. I just follow the northern star to take me home. and that's where we eventually find each other again. And this is actually what happened in real life.
On the other side, I will be there.
Whoa. Not perfect, but man, I'm like, even the idea of the song, I don't know. I gotta move on, because like I'm having a moment, folks. I'm really having a moment. But this song, let me just explain. So this song, and this has nothing to do with the Evo, it just holds a lot of value to me. It's about like pursuing love, and it always feels like it's running away from you. Like, tell me why you keep on running away. If you want my love, you got it. Tell me why, yeah. And this vamp right here, a bridge, whatever you want to call it, on the other side, I will be there. It's repetitive. The whole idea of this entire song is like, when you fall in love with someone, it feels like you might not have the chance to be with them, but you choose to pursue them anyway because the feeling is that deep. Letting this person know, no matter what, on the other side of this issue, this problem, whatever's driving you away, on the other side of this, I will be there. And I don't know, it really hits home right now. And I can't wait to put this song out. I can't wait to put this song out. It just makes me think about how elusive true love can be, real love can be. It can be right there in front of you, but it's not always tangible. You can't always have it, or it may not always be the right time or the right place or whatever the case may be, but you feel it and you know eventually at some point it's going to be yours. So Lights is a song about something that is going to be yours, but you just can't have it yet. You just got to keep going, and then on the other side, you'll be there, they'll be there, and then together we shine. Now, Blue Dress, this is a song, once again, that is a direct follow-up to Lights, and it's kind of crazy how these songs are all falling together because I wrote them all at such different times, some 3 years ago, some 6 years ago, some 8 years ago, some 2 months ago, but they all came together really well. So Blue Dress is a follow-up to Lights in the sense that it is a very celestial song, and by celestial I mean heavenly. The song was originally supposed to be called Angel in a Blue Dress, which, if you know anything about Kanye West, you know he has a song called Devil in a New Dress. So we're kind of playing off of the title of that song. This song is actually produced by Keith Phelps, and he made this back in 2009 or 8 or 11 or some. It was back there. It was a while ago where he made this beat. If you listen to the way that the drums are programmed, it has that same swing and that same kind of sample being used in the song as Devil in a New Dress. Just listen to the similarities. And then this was Angel in a Blue Dress. So it's still got that same vibe to it, which I think is amazing. But I was able to do my own thing to this and not feel like I'm copying another song. And it's following up to Lights because it's, you know, Lights is all about like you're waiting for someone to be there, or you're waiting to get to the end of that tunnel where you see the light, or, you know, you've been ghosted, you're waiting for the person. And now Blue Dress is the first verse. Hey baby, how you doing now that we're together? Don't know how. So eventually you get back together with this person, and now everything is peachy, you know, you're living a good life. And you have this beautiful person who you see as a perfect angel. The entire project, you're chasing after this love after you lose a previous love. And now you have it. And now you're with this angel in a beautiful blue dress. oh, and then it's even reflected in the chorus. You know, I wanted to kind of bring in those harmonies that reflected kind of a heavenly, ambient, big kind of climax. Although this isn't the climax of the album, it's a climax of, you know, meeting someone and reaching that point of we're finally back together again.
Cause you're my angel, angel. I'll get this off my chest. That you're my angel, angel.
Right here.
Better
Listen to
the rest. Yeah, she's my angel, angel. She makes me feel so blessed. Cause you're my angel, angel. In a blue dress, yeah.
This is stacking 101. So I have what? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. I think about 24 stacks. So that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. That's 6 different harmonies on this vocal.
She's my angel, angel. She makes me feel so blessed. Cause you're my angel, angel. In a blue dress, yeah.
Just so grand, and that's really what I was going for in this song. Spend the Night, probably one of the most requested songs to be released within the last 2.5 years on this channel. So this song does have an interesting story. The beat was actually inspired by a Ryan Leslie song called Spending the Night, which I know, I get it, it's very similar. But this guy asked me to, he was doing like a cover rap on this Ryan Leslie beat, and he wanted me to do a feature and sing something as the outro of the song. So I ended up recording an outro for him, and it sounded a little something like this. Well, so this is the song that we were writing to. And then you'll hear Ryan Leslie actually in here. He'll sing his part.
I don't wanna leave. I'm spending the night with you tonight. I don't wanna leave you. I don't wanna leave.
So I think I came in right about here when I did my part, my little feature on this, because we kept Ryan's voice in there, and then I wrote my part.
I'm spending the night if it's alright.
I wanna spend the night with you cause you stay classy and red lights green, so let's keep it in there. Lips on your hips and I'll take you to your side. I can see it in the eye that you want it when I'm loving on your body. So it was meant to be like a final verse to this cover song that we were doing, but I was just like, man, I don't want to waste it on that because I feel like people need to hear this and the song wasn't being released. So then I came here and I started writing my own full track to put this as a chorus instead of just a verse. And so that's exactly what I did. So, and I told myself, this song has to be funky, but it's got to be sexy funky and futuristic sexy funky. So I'm thinking about Bruno Mars with a mix of this Ryan Leslie, because that boom, 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 boom. But I needed something fat that sounded like a Bruno Mars 1980s 24 karat magic vibe. So that was the bass right there. And then I needed some kind of synth to accent what the bass was doing, to kind of play with that. So since I was going with synths, I went with another synth, and I kind of added a little bounce to it. So this is what I started playing right here. I ended up taking literally Ryan Leslie's song, putting it in a project, kind of remaking the beat, because this was back in my earlier YouTube days when I was doing a lot of beat remakes, and I ended up kind of throwing in my own flair to it. So notice the bass is playing with the drums. high counter melody. Girl, your body's calling out to my hands. So that's where that melody came from. I played this first, and then I was like, how can I counter this with a melody of my own? So I'm doing the same exact rhythm, but I'm singing different notes. Brilliant, honestly, in my opinion. I don't know. And then the really high part that I counteracted with a melody of my own. So it really came together really nicely. The thing about this song is I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to finish it. I had these two choruses, having a little fling, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I just want to open up my music. I've never had a song that I wrote aside from Lover's Lane that kind of explored my sexual side. And so if you know anything about me on Instagram Live, I'm always announcing this to my audience. I want to be able to actually, with the reinvention of myself in becoming a legend and releasing these new albums, to show this side of me and express it. And so it kind of got like a nice little feel to it, you know what I mean? So the rap is all about, well, the same thing the whole song is about, but it was kind of something that I just kind of threw in last minute to finish the song off. And then the final song on the whole project, Until Forever, which I think is a very incredible finale song to finish off the whole series of Ouroboros. All produced by B-Slave. It's got a very circusy feel to it. Now let me just say, this song was a nightmare to mix and master and do the auto-tune for, because the song is in two different keys. It flips between major and minor. You'd have to do it manually, so that's what kind of sucked. So it was a very fun song to do in that sense. He produced it for me quite some time ago, probably back in 2010. I just could never figure out what to write to it. I had my melody ideas, the your name, by the way you made me feel insane, but I never could write the lyrics to this the way that I wanted to. So it kind of sat for what, 8 years, 10 years, and then finally this year, actually probably about 2 weeks ago, I started writing and I started finishing the song.
Too many echoes on your team, that's why you went slow. Hey.
So that's the part actually kind of also referencing Kanye West line, too many Urkels on your team, that's why you win slow. Hey, I was out of America when she caught me slipping up.
I was out of America when she caught me slipping up.
Listen, baby, I'm a good lover with a dad bod.
Call me Donald Glover.
Because everybody says Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, has a dad bod. So that's also why I threw that line in there, because it's like, I was out of America. She called me slipping up. Listen, baby, I'm a good lover with a dad bod. Call me Donald Glover. So, I don't know. I thought it was tight. I thought it was pretty fun. But and it kind of really came together, even though I was single when I wrote it. It was more so a song that came out of hope for what is to come. So this whole song, I feel, is like a very prophetic song. It's one that I'm kind of speaking what I want into existence. It's speaking a relationship into existence. You know, where I find this person that I've been trying to find all my life and get married to, and just tell them that I'm gonna love them forever, until forever, which basically means forever. You know, there is no until forever, because forever never ends. I just think it's a perfect way to summarize the entire story in a very nice and uplifting, fun way. And then the whole McDonald's line.
I'm loving it. Oh, yeah.
Cause even I had to let you go, but we're back in bed. So this part, that line right there, cause even I had to let you go, but we're back in bed. It's referring to the fact that sometimes you gotta let the people you love go. And it's as cheesy as it sounds, for them to come back to you. That's exactly what happened to me in this case. I had to let the person that I loved go and figure out themselves and what they wanted, and then eventually they came back. And sometimes that's just the way it happens. So yeah, such is life. It's all about destiny, and it's all about taking a chance. You know, taking the chance to open up yourself to talk to that new person, because you never know who is going to be your one, where you're going to find them. And eventually this person, you can marry them, you can have children with them, you can live with them forever, and they're like they're your family. You know, they become your family, your significant other. But you will never find that unless you take the chance. So if nobody gets anything from this album, I hope that this song is something that they take something from, in the fact that if they have gone through breakups, if they are single, if they do feel like they're alone, the only way to get out of that and to have potential for something new to come is to take a chance on someone new, on something new. Go out and explore people or places. You never know where you're gonna meet people if you go new places. But you just have to be willing to take the risk, and life is all about risks. Those who risk win. It's one of my favorite quotes. It's kind of like a poker game. You can't win anything if you don't risk anything. So that's what this song is about, and it's about the risk paying off. But yeah, so that is Ouroboros Prologue. If you have not already purchased it or streamed it or saved it to your phone or whatever you do with music, please, there will be a link down in the description to all the places where you can get it. I appreciate you guys for listening, and I'm really excited to see what you think. I wish I could hear how you guys are reacting to the songs, but I know it's don't work like that. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, comments, things that you want to say about the album or whatever, leave them down in the section below, the comment section. Leave a like on this video if you thought this was a dope video. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Turn on the bell notification so you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video. As always, I love you guys. Stay legendary. Enjoy the album.